I'm tired of you sitting around doing nothing while I do all the work. It's like you're on a permanent chai break. We're trying to do more, not less. There's a crisis right now. We need to come together. We need to do more, not just flop around. And you get like accommodation, you get food, and you're not giving it in return. That's like going to a shop and saying, how much is this? And they say 100 rupees. And you give them 20 rupees and leave. Not only is it dishonest, but it's theft. Man, when are you going to start working? Normally in this situation, I might get silent and passive aggressive and resentful, or I might get defensive and say, fuck you, man. But I'm trying to resolve this conflict, so I think listening is the only way to do that. So before you can hear me, I need to show you that I heard what you said. So you think that I'm not working as much as I should be, and that I'm not working as hard as you are? You think that I'm drinking a lot of chai and hanging around a lot? I think a permanent chai break, you said. And you think that if I'm not working as much as you'd like me to, then it's not only dishonest, but it's a little bit like I'm stealing time from Oroville. Is there anything else that I missed? Would you like to say that I didn't say from what you said? Thank you for hearing me. I feel better now that I know that my message was received. Thank you. Now I guess could you tell me your side of the story? So look, my side of the story is that there's just so much disappointment in the world right now. You know, in the world out there, and the wars and the refugees and all the climate crisis, and then the wars in Oroville, the secretary ripping apart like 60 years of community effort and heart. It's just so depressing, man. There's just so many levels of this disappointment. I can't pretend it's not disappointing. I can't pretend that I'm like, woohoo! And you might have the determination to work through whatever you feel, just to work through it. I don't have that, man. I need to feel good in what I do. Now, maybe I can't feel good about all of Oroville, but I can't even feel good in the youth center, in the YC, because, like, you know, shit's just not working here either. We can't even fix our own backyard. That's depressing as well. And we have all these arguments again and again and again, and each time I have this argument, I lose a little bit of hope. It's just a little bit more sad, even every time we have a fucking argument. This is not how it's supposed to be, man. We're here this is a spiritual community, and it don't feel like it. Wow. Okay, I hear you, man. You're saying that the disappointment is overwhelming. That there's so much disappointment in the world, and there's so much disappointment in Oroville, and there's so much disappointment in YC. And so many arguments, and so many... Yeah, I get it, man. And you're saying that, like, you need to feel good in order to work well. Yeah. I mean, it's not the case for me, but I think I understand that is the case for you. And that you maybe want it to feel more like a spiritual community that we're supposed to be. Okay? And I got one more thing to say. That feelings are important. And like my parents' generation, they were told, just get on with it. Just keep on working. Forget about how you feel. If you don't feel well, just keep going. And that worked to create material success. But it also meant, ignore your feelings. Keep working, ignore your feelings. Oh, you're tired, ignore that, keep working. And I think now we're starting to realize that by ignoring our feelings, we're just causing more and more and more pain. Because hurt people hurt other people. And I would really like to be able to share our vulnerabilities and our feelings in this space, but right now there's so much conflict and judgment. It's not a safe space to share our feelings. And so it doesn't feel emotionally safe space to be. And so therefore it's still depressing. And it would be really great if we could share our feelings, even though we're a bunch of men without any women in sight. There's got one woman left. They're usually the good ones about sharing feelings. We don't have any of those. What do you reckon, man? Okay, man. How about we do a deal? If we spend more time exploring how we feel and how we feel with each other and how we feel as a collective, in return, could we make sure that we're not always late and that we don't always have excuses? Because being late sometimes is okay, but being late all the times, and having reasons for not doing things sometimes is okay. But when it feels like it's all the time, then it feels like excuses and it burns my soul. Could we do that deal? I'd be happy with that.